Seoul, South Korea K-pop is back. This time, it's not just a regular comeback or just a new song, but a truly shocking breakthrough from one of the biggest stars in the world, BTS's Jungkook. With a bold and unexpected move, BTS's Golden Magne has created something unprecedented in Korean music history. And what is more surprising, this buzz made Hebi, a loyal fan, cry with emotion. Then, what exactly did Jungkook do to so shake the hearts of fans and even shake the Korean music industry? Why was his move this time so controversial and created a wave of discussion around the world? Is this really the beginning of a big change in K-pop? Let's take a deeper dive into how Jungkook, already known as one of the best vocalists of his generation, is now stepping into territory no other K-pop idol has ever touched. It's not just about a new song or a spectacular music video, it's about a revolution. Since his debut with BTS in 2013, Jungkook has become an icon in the global music industry. However, this time, she not only showed off her amazing vocals or stunning stage performance. He brought something much deeper, more emotional, and more revolutionary. This breakthrough is not only about music, but also touches personal, cultural, and even social aspects that have been rarely touched by the K-pop industry. In his latest move, Jungkook has created a music project that combines elements that are unusual for a K-pop idol, something he can love and hate at the same time. According to a nearby source, this project has long been secretly planned. In fact, some BTS members themselves reportedly only learned of this big move ahead of the official announcement. Hebi, an army man who has been following Jungkook's journey since the first day of his debut, couldn't hide his tears upon hearing of his idol's new breakthrough. "I never thought he would do something so bold," Hebi said with a trembling voice. It's not just about music. It's about how Jungkook dares to go against the flow, dares to challenge the norm, and remains true to himself. This Hebi reaction is not the only one. Thousands, even millions of fans around the world feel the same way. They were crying, surprised, and proud at the same time. However, why is this project so stirring emotions? What made it so different that it shook not only the fans but also the music critics? In the world of K-pop, there are unwritten rules that bind idols to certain standards. However, Jungkook has stepped outside those boundaries and done something that has never been done before. The project involves music genres that have not had a big place in the Korean entertainment industry. Jungkook has released an album filled with songs that blend elements of rock, heavy metal, and other alternative music elements, something that K-pop idols rarely do. This move is not only surprising, but also challenges the status quo. What's more, many think that K-pop is a genre that focuses more on the perfect image and lighter pop, but Jungkook doesn't care. He wants to express himself fully, without restrictions. "Music is not about following trends," Jungkook said in an exclusive interview. "Music is about freedom. I wanted to create something that really came from my heart." And as it turned out, this decision had a huge impact. Of course, not everyone was happy with Jungkook's decision. There are some in the Korean music industry who feel that this move is too bold, even considered risky for an idol as big as Jungkook. Some music producers and entertainment agency officials felt that Jungkook had taken the path too extreme. They were worried that musical experiments like this would threaten BTS's overall image. However, on the other hand, there are many musicians and music critics who praise precisely this bold step. They call it a revolution in K-pop. "I've never heard anything like this in the world of K-pop before," said one well-known Korean music critic. Jungkook doesn't just make music, he made history. And sure enough, the album immediately shot to the top of the global charts in just a few hours after its release. Interestingly, it wasn't just the ARMY that supported Jungkook's decision. A number of famous musicians, both from Korea and internationally, also gave great support. One famous rock icon even openly praised Jungkook as one of the most talented musicians of this generation. This support further strengthens Jungkook's position as a true artist, not just an ordinary K-pop idol, but a musician capable of breaking through genre and cultural boundaries. In fact, some BTS members also ended up giving their full support for Jungkook's big move. "Jungkook always had a free spirit," RM said in an interview. "We always knew he was going to do something big. And now he has done it." The big question now is, what impact will Jungkook's move have on the K-pop industry as a whole? Will this pave the way for more idols to express themselves more freely? Or will this be a unique case that is difficult for others to follow? What is clear is that Jungkook's breakthrough has changed the way people view K-pop. He has proven that an idol doesn't have to always be stuck in the same formula, that there is room for exploration and freedom in music. And for fans like Hebi, this is more than just a new album. It is a symbol of the courage, sincerity, and spirit of a Jungkook who is never afraid to be himself. One thing is certain, the world will never again see K-pop the same way after this. Jungkook has changed the game, and the world can only watch where he will go next. After this monumental breakthrough, the Korean music industry is no longer the same. Jungkook has planted the seeds of a revolution that is shaking the foundations of traditional K-pop, and its impact is beginning to be noticeable. Not only the fans who were hit by emotions, but also other idols who began to question the limits of creativity that had bound them. Many young musicians are beginning to dare to voice their desire to explore genres outside of conventional K-pop. Not long after, various discussion forums in cyberspace were filled with heated debates about Jungkook's impact on the Korean entertainment industry. Some praised his bravery, calling him a pioneer of the new era of K-pop. However, there are also those who consider this step as a betrayal of the essence of Korean music that has had its own identity. Several major entertainment agencies have even reportedly started holding emergency meetings to discuss the changing landscape of the industry as a result of Jungkook's move. Because what Jungkook's idol class does will definitely have a big domino effect on other artists under their auspices. Suddenly, the door that had been tightly closed for the exploration of musical genres in the idol world began to open. However, like any revolution, Jungkook's breakthrough was not only met with praise. Some conservatives in the Korean entertainment industry are fretting about what happened. Several high-ups in the K-pop music industry voiced their disapproval of Jungkook's decision as too radical. They argue that K-pop has its own identity that shouldn't be confused with elements that are too far from its cultural roots. This could be the beginning of the demise of K-pop as we know it, said a senior producer from one of Korea's biggest agencies. However, Jungkook did not budge. In a statement published on her social media, she affirmed that music should have no limits. "I never intended to change or break anything," he wrote. "I just want to express myself fully. If music can make a person feel free, then it is truly living music." This statement was immediately invaded by millions of comments from fans who supported it. Many consider this to be proof that Jungkook is not only an idol, but also a true artist. That Jungkook's bold move not only shook South Korea, but also the international world. That a number of major media outlets such as the New York Times, Billboard, and Rolling Stone wrote long articles about how Jungkook managed to break the stereotype of K-pop idols who have been considered too controlled by the industry system. One of the headlines in The Guardian even reads, "Jungkook is redefining K-pop. A revolution or a risk?"